Welcome to Familypreneur, the podcast for parent entrepreneurs
raising kidpreneurs.
It's time for your weekly dose of inspiration and actionable tips to build your business and find better balance, all while strengthening your family. And now we'd like to introduce your host.
She's my mom and thebomb.com, Meg Brunson.
Hey there, and welcome to episode number 66 of the Familypreneur podcast. Today, I want to talk about personal branding. I get asked all the time about what should I name my business? Or sometimes people will ask, I'm launching a new product, a new service, and I'm trying to figure out, should I put it under my existing business or create a new business? So if you are on the fence about either of those topics, or just curious about what a personal brand could do for you, then you are in the right place. Keep listening. That's what we're going to talk about. So personal branding is simply doing business as yourself. So when you go to my website, megbrunson.com, it is personally branded. It is my name and it represents me. Personal branding is an option for your business, your URL, and your Facebook business pages that I believe is too often overlooked. It seems that when people are starting a business and thinking about websites and business names, they automatically want to jump to something cute and catchy that represents their business's focus. But here's the cold hard truth for you. Many businesses will change focus. And then do you know what happens? Those people come back to me asking about changing their URL and changing their business page and rebranding, and all of that is exhausting. Trust me, my blog, megbrunson.com, used to be branded totally different. But when you personally brand your business and your website, you give yourself flexibility. You will inevitably grow and pivot. And when you do, you won't be restricted by your business name. So when you're personally branded, it's natural and easy for your brand to evolve with you. Who makes a good fit for personal branding? Well, personal branding is perfect if you are a public speaker, an author, a coach, or some other industry expert. It's also really great for network marketers, direct sales consultants, and other multi-level marketing reps. I always refer back to the days when I was selling Jamberry. They were a nail decal, sticker nails for those who are unfamiliar. Me and most of my consultant friends had our official Jamberry website, and then we started Facebook pages and groups. I think mine was called Meg's Jamberry VIPs. And then when Jamberry went under, a lot of people started jumping ship and going over to Color Street, which is a similar business. I'm not going to get too deep into the nitty-gritties here. This isn't a promo. It's not sponsored by anybody. But a lot of people went from Jamberry to Color Street. And what happened to all of those beautiful, glorious assets that we built under the Jamberry name? They were all irrelevant. Now, we had to jump through hoops to rebrand all of our assets. Or many of us were creating brand new assets from scratch. Do you know what would have been way easier? If I had personally branded. When you're personally branded, you just include that business, that product, as a part of your branding. So for me, that would have looked like a love for beauty products, or even specifically polished nails. Right? It's just you bringing in your interests, which happen to be the businesses and the products that you are affiliated with. Then, if there's a major pivot because you change companies or the company you were with went under, things happen all the time, right? When there's a major pivot, you're just swapping out the products that you promote, and it's a natural progression. Does the thought of that make you a little sad because you won't get a fancy and creative business name? Let me tell you, you can get fancy and creative with your tagline. And that can be changed really easily and without a lot of thought, without a full rebrand. So last year, when I launched megbrunson.com, my tagline was Marketing Mama, Raising Kidpreneurs. It was short, it was catchy, and it embodied everything that my website and I represented. Marketing advice, being a parent entrepreneur, and raising entrepreneurial kids. Now, I'm going to be honest, you may not have even noticed, but I have done a slight rebrand this year. My new tagline is former Facebook employee raising kidpreneurs. It's subtle, but it is definitely a rebrand, and it's because I really wanted to step into my expertise in the area of Facebook marketing with a focus on what sets me apart from other Facebook marketers, which is my status as a former Facebook employee. But I wanted to keep that raising kidpreneurs part because my site, this podcast, is very focused on the intersection and the integration of business and family to build our businesses and raise empowered and independent children. Now, if I need to rebrand down the road, if my kids are older and my direction changes, or Facebook goes under and I start focusing on a different form of marketing or whatever might happen, if I need to rebrand, then I change my tagline. I could change graphics and colors and whatnot, but my core assets, my website, my Facebook page, my audiences, they are going to remain the same. And it is much, much, much easier. Now, I want to hop back over to the discussion of multi-level marketers and direct sales consultants. Personally branding also allows you to build a web presence that you can maintain ownership of. Oftentimes, those company-issued websites are great and functional and all, but you can't effectively run Facebook ads to those sites because you lack the ability to install the Facebook pixel, which is essential for successful traffic, conversion campaigns, and generating revenue. So if you are a part of that subset of entrepreneurs where you are working with a direct sales company or a multi-level marketing company, then you are going to want to look into personal branding to really give you the advantage when you start looking into Facebook ads. You can head over to megbrunson.com/pixel to learn more about what the pixel does and how you can leverage that for your business. I want to end with just talking about kind of anybody else. So no matter what your business is, you could have a e-commerce store that sells clothing for little girls. Okay, it doesn't matter what type of business you have. Personal branding is an option for you. Think about it. You are an expert at what you do. You're an expert at it. So why not step into that expertise and lead with your information? Your store may not always be there. You may pivot down the road. And even if you're not going to abandon your current business, setting up a secondary personal brand can be hugely beneficial to you. You may also know that I have a Facebook marketing agency that has its own website and its own social media pages and all of its own assets at EIEIO Marketing. That's not going anywhere because that business is pretty established. The business is growing. I'm not going to take that away. But I did make the decision to build my personal brand beside it. And I encourage you to do the same. If you have questions about personal branding, about how it would work into your current strategy or how it would work for you, I would love for you to join me in the Familypreneur community. That is our free Facebook group, and it's where our listeners get together to ask questions and have discussions surrounding entrepreneurship, marketing, and raising entrepreneurial kids. You can get there really easily by going to familypreneurcommunity.com or just searching for it on Facebook. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it causes you to reflect on how your businesses are set up and how you want to be represented this year and in the future. On Wednesday, I have a really special treat for you. We are going to be kicking off a string of interviews with kidpreneurs. So these are kids between the ages of 7 and 16 who are running successful businesses. The interviews are going to be great to listen to with your kids, especially if your kids have an interest in entrepreneurship or if you're hoping to nudge them in that direction. But they're also going to be really great for us as parents to listen to. These kids have a lot of insight on what it's like being raised. Many of them have entrepreneurial parents, so what it's like being raised by an entrepreneur. And you're going to take away tips and strategies for raising your own empowered kids based on the things that are going on in their lives. So Wednesday, we are welcoming Hannah Grace. Her company is called Beautiful. And Friday, I am going to explore a very interesting topic related to my 11-year-old wanting to know why I'm not a rapper. That may seem kind of weird, but let me tell you, I reflected on the question, where it was coming from, and what it meant. And I think it'll change your perspective on entrepreneurship and your potential. Starting next Monday, every Monday we have marketing content, and in February we are focused on the Facebook Pixel. I touched on that a little bit today. You can definitely go to megbrunson.com/pixel to start learning some of the foundational information. And in February, we're going to dive deep into how to leverage the Pixel to really build and benefit your business. So if you don't have the Pixel installed on your website yet, this is the perfect reason to get it done this week, because next week we're going to start diving into some really in-depth Pixel content. I can't wait. I hope to see you Wednesday, Friday, and back again here on Monday. Have a great one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Till next week.